Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And welcome to another edition of the Qatar podcast, where we do discussions, watch alongs, uh, faith based topics, comic books, and whatnots. And I'm Qatar Lal. Welcome to my podcast. And before we start this watch along, we're in the road to 500 subs. Currently, we're at 476 subscriptions. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I hope you like the contents I'm pulling out. And yeah, this is going to be bass. This is going to be awesome. Replay crew are most welcome to this channel. And today we're going to do Superman Doomsday watch along from 2007. Actually, Superman Doomsday is a 2007 American animated superhero film adapted from the DC storyline The Death of Superman, which focuses on the death and return of course, Superman. This film received a generally positive review from critics and made 10 million plus in home media sales on a budget of 3.5 million. That's an amazing news, right? And yeah, let's start this show. And we'll start in five, four. Make sure your player is on zero. You can use any player you want. Three, two, one, play. Those were the days when the DC animation was in Warner Premiere, and this was the first uh, DC original movies. Adam Baldwin plays Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman. Anne Heche, Anne, Anne Heche plays Lois Lane. James Marster plays Lex Luthor. John DiMaggio plays Toyman. Tom Kelly plays the robot. And what happened? Let's see. We have seen Havoc on the chat. The fight of the decade. Of course. What happened to my network? Oh boy. This is embarrassing. I have to switch networks again. This these watch-alongs are sometimes pain in the neck, but we got to do what we got to do. Good morning, good evening, Sin. Oh boy, this is the network versus Qatar lol. Yeah, happened. Now we're switching network, and I'm looking for something. The streaming services versus Qatar continues. That's correct, Sin. I wonder if AR AI Qatar, AI versus Qatar. This always happens to me when I do this stuff. And okay, let's do this again. Hashtag Qatar glitches. Yeah, Sin is rubbing it in. So we're restarting with the red and blue Superman costume. Imagine this story uh, done in the 90s, earned DC Animation more than $10 million in the US alone. Honestly, DVD sales and stuff. The design is very similar to what's his name, Bruce Timm's, because he is, of course, the supervising producer, the animator for Superman Doomsday. The differences between Superman and the Lex Luthor and the Lois Lane designs are evident, but as Sin Havoc says, it's a good movie. Yeah, everything looks the same, but it's quite different. If you see notice the Doomsday design, it's the same as the design of Doomsday in the JLU, Justice League Unlimited, produced by Bruce Timm. And there it is, Jerry Siegel, Josh Shuster, the creator of Superman. Story by Dwayne Capizzi and Bruce Timm. So, how was Captain America 4 Sin Havoc? I heard a few good things and a few bad things, but I'm waiting to judge it myself once I watch the movie Captain America 4 Brave New World. And also the promo. It's better than I thought it would be. Yeah, but somehow I think the critics are being paid to put the thumbs down on the film. Adam Baldwin was the guy who played where is it? Ah, this guy played Jane Cobb on Firefly. Sin Havoc said, "This is connecting to Brave New World. It's not better than Winter Soldier, but it does connect to the other movies and Falcon and the Winter Soldier." Well, I think the Disney MCU has already perfected the the interconnectivity of the series they do and movies. It should have been Tim Daly. Yeah, it should have been Tim Daly here in Superman Doomsday because, man, Adam Baldwin doesn't have the to do this. He sounds soft. So we're in the 6 minute 30 seconds uh, mark of this movie. We have Mercy Graves here. Cree Summer plays the voice of Mercy Graves. Harrison Ford was good. Mackie was this decent. Did Red Hulk appear almost at the end of the movie? That's my question. This is classic Fortress of Solitude. Superman, the design from John Byrne still is being copied. So the Red Hulk appears almost at the end, and that's about 15 minutes of the Red Hulk. Uh oh. Someone is no- making noise here. So, Superman Doomsday is the first animated adaptation of the death of Superman. And this was not bad, but the next adaptation, The Death of Superman plus The Reign of the Superman, is much better, in my opinion. The origin of Doomsday is almost similar to the comic book origin. Before Christ, deep, that's a conservative estimate, says the engineer, and they disturb the ship. Sinavok says, very similar origin. Yep, it's very similar. This is supposed to be Doomsday is supposed to be frozen, but accidents happen and they revive the creature. Man, Doomsday is like the Hulk during his unstoppable days. Sabra was surprisingly good. Isn't Sabra the Israeli agent somewhere in Brave New World? Man, it seems that Doomsday is one of those hidden Nephilim type of creatures. He's just a killing machine. Sinavok says, yes, she's got a history. I don't know, man. Uh, I always think that Steve Rogers should not have time traveled. Oh man, it's so bullshitty time paradox. If we go to Captain America's history, man, it's confusing. Red Room, she's a Black Widow. Oh, yeah, the connectivity of the MCU is still very evident. I think they can't do a decent story without being connected, interconnected with other movies. I remember watching Black Widow during the pandemic days. Quite good, also. And I'm eagerly awaiting for the Thunderbolts. I hope it's not weird. Scorched Earth. Sinavok says Sabra is a Black Widow. Cap 4 sets up Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Avengers Doomsday. Man, I still can't. I still think that uh, Anthony Mackie can't carry a movie by himself. Honestly, he's very good as a supporting cast, but I would be surprised if Chris Evans appeared in Cap 4. Doomsday is a machine of destruction. Oh, that's disappointing. Chris Evans isn't in Cap 4. Well, I wonder if they will be able to break even the box office of Cap 4. He might be in Avengers Doomsday. That's still a might be situation. And did you hear that our favorite uh, shitstorm, Superman L, will be? I don't know if it's real or not. They say uh, it'll be in released in digital by July 18. Might in apostrophe quotations, laughing my ass off too. Yeah, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I think it's a parody account on Twitter X. So what if, right? No Superman L so far has no Super Bowl commercial. It has no uh, CinemaCon appearances, and now it was pulled out from the Cannes Film Festival. No Cannes Film Festival for Johnny Pooh's trash of a movie. That would be hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious if true. One of Superman's weirdest power, of course, is cold breath. And yes, Sin Havoc is correct. I told you, people are in for a rude awakening. Personally, I don't think they would make Superman L a tax write-off at this point. Corin Sweat and Guns commercial with Shaq didn't go well, honestly. Superman L flops, the floodgates are going to be unleashed. Yeah, flop after flop. I mean, Superman Doomsday is looks better than Superman L. But during 2007, the year this was made, no one complains that Superman was fighting Doomsday in the city of Metropolis. Sinavok says, of course, it didn't go well. People were duped and confused. Timestamp 20 minutes and 10 seconds. And the battle is still raging. Uh, I think Gunnipu is just laundering money. Shaq didn't look like he wanted to be there. Yeah, he looks like he was about to really walk out on the set, never to return, because he knows who Superman is. He has a photo shoot with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Corin Sweat is not Superman. Diaper Man, more or less. That's why I'm here. The animation for Lois Lane is good, better than good in this animated movie. And the budget, man, the budget for this film is 3.5 million dollars. Yeah, 3.5 million. And they brought up Steel. No one wanted to remember that. Oh man, I don't even remember Steel. I think I watched that only once. Yeah, only once. I haven't seen it on DVD, or I need to watch it on streaming, probably. Hashtag Superman pulls up. So Superman just broke a sweat. This Superman versus Doomsday fight is so brutal. Man. You know, the problem with Superman is that he always pulls his punches. That's why it's a habit of his. Although the Silver Age Superman is more seems to be more powerful than the modern age versions. The limitation they put on Superman was to make stories more readable to the modern audiences. But, you know, after watching Dragon Ball, the series, Dragon Ball Z, every Dragon Ball series out there, it's obviously what people want. What people wanted was a more powerful Superman. This is Doomsday is about to kill the little girl. Damn. So Superman did this scene in BVS. He pushed Doomsday in space and then crash crash landed back on Earth like a shooting star. Man, there it go. The effect of this fight should have been noticeable up to the end, and somehow the fight is all over. I think exhaustion is what uh, done Superman in. What did Superman in after the fight? And his body, the system of his body is different from us mere humans. So there's no Jonathan Kent in this movie. We only have Martha Kent. Okay, so the death of Superman is over. The tribute to Superman 75 is over. Now we have funeral for a friend. The part, this part at 28 minutes 35 seconds. This film is decent. It's good, and earning 10 million dollars for an animated film is quite good. And they didn't count uh, the 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 box office of this movie, the sales of this movie overseas. The 10 million plus dollars is only for the US. Yes, and for an animated movie, this is pretty good. Man, the writers for this movie was Joanne Capizzi and Bruce Timm. This was directed by Bruce Timm, Lauren Montgomery, and Brandon Vietti. Brandon Vietti is the guy who did Young Justice, the series, the animated series. Yeah, this is good. Superman, Superman, and Superman related stories always return to Smallville, except during the Silver Age, Bronze Age of comic books, because have the reason. He doesn't have a reason to return to Smallville back then. But because his mom and dad died during that era in the comic books. And before Bruce Timm phoned it in, yes, and Bruce Timm with other writers is good. Leave Bruce Timm to his own devices and we get uh, ugly shit, ugly shit stories like Batman and Harley. That movie sucked. Smallville, somebody save me. Man, that's and I feel like my adventures with Superman isn't still finished. The third season has James Gunn had his hands on that anime. Man, I'm still like Batman and Harley Quinn, of course, Penguina, yeah, Batman, Cape Crusader under Bruce Timm and freaking J.J. Abrams, Jar Jar Abrams. Now that guy just got money from WB and didn't do anything substantial. Uh, Abrams sucked. A world without Superman. Of course, his hands on My Adventures of Superman and his ransom notes. That's correct, Sin Havoc. The ransom notes, oh man, that's his blackmail estafa. Estafa MO. JJ got paid 25, $250 million to do nothing. I wonder how many split the take for that 250 million. Honestly, he has only one job and he didn't do it. Now we have a weird looking toy man. They turned Toyman into a homicidal maniac. And you notice that Lois Lane wears the purple shirt. Look at that. It's like what Rachel Brosnahan will wear. The inbound flop, which is Superman L. Sin Havoc says, and now JJ is back in Gun Circle along with Josh Whedon again. Yeah, yeah, these guys are, you know, typical clowns. I mean, Zach is better than all of them, honestly, because they bend the knee. I wonder what Gunnipu has over them. You notice that with the purple shirt? Yeah, I think. Well, this was 2007, so this is not a Gunnipu shit, or is it? But it's Bruce Tim, Paul Dini, and Superman appeared, came back, or did he? They featured the emblem in the mirror, so that's a hint of this Superman being bizarro, and people are cheering. Of course, they would. Superman. Kevin Smith's animated version is here. Man, you're back, but you're not Superman. Man, that's another sign that this is not Superman when he missed Lois's apartment, the place where, yeah, Rachel Brosnahan was wearing a purple shirt in those leaked pictures. Yes, yeah, it's always like that. The purple shirt of Lois Lane started with Bruce Timm. Timestamp is 40 minutes 17 seconds. Is Rachel Brosnahan good? She has this series in Netflix, I think. Although, you know, haven't seen her. So, Superman, timestamp, what timestamp? Hashtag blame Tim and Bishop. Man, don't mess with my brother from another mother, Sid. Uh, kryptonite myths and red solar lamps. Superman. Superman is this Superman is Luthor's bitch. James Marster is it? James Marster played Brainiac in Smallville way back then, and he also played that awful Piccolo on Dragon Ball Evolution, which sucked, by the way. Rachel Brosnahan is best known for being a period piece actor along with Corin Sweat. I don't think Corin Sweat is that well known, honestly. Oh, I saw his gay movie, and mm, man, yeah, I know. Dragon Ball Evolution was horrible. That's what you get for making an original Japanese story and make it American. Or but you haven't seen all those Dragon Ball. stories, all those Dragon Ball films from other countries. So, and it's it has the same effect on me. How did that movie get a green light to get green lit? It's wild. Well, there are producers who produce, and they do that all the time.
You see this all the time at the level of the top producer, who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, 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 you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
Yeah, flop after flop after flop after flop. You see it all the time. And someone took the body of Superman. 19-second blackout. That's a limited EMP blast, if I do say so myself. The robot is, of course, Kaylor. K. Oh, I don't know. 2007. The Superman movie we had back then was Superman Returns with Brandon Routh. Man. So they made Toyman into a homicidal pedophile. 17 days after his apparent death. 17 days after. Uh, how did uh, Luthor clone Superman? All the blood that came from battling Doomsday. That's where. How did he make? What technology did he use to clone Superman? In comic, it was a Chinese doctor. Okay. It is revealed in this scene how this Superman is evil, and that's it. He died. He just dropped Toyman. Oh man, from that height, he died instantly. He did what? And timestamp is 49 minutes, 10 seconds. I don't remember the whole comic s- storyline for comic art for the death of Superman, but I did read Superman 75. It was all splash page, one page poster like. I like the reign of the Superman's story arc better, although, a lot of fans, Superman fans, enjoyed uh, the death of Superman. Hence, this animated movie plus the other one from the new 52 animated universe. He's gonna give the old lady a heart attack, man. How can you escort Superman? Man, he used heat vision on the police guns. Man, like he enjoys being this aggressive. Out of character is right. And he's killing people. What the hell? I think the most realistic take on Superman was Man of Steel in 2013. He technically killed Zod, and that gave him anguish. It's no different from what they did in the series Injustice and in Kingdom Come, where Superman abandoned his superheroing lifestyle after Lois Lane got killed. There's a bomb in his brain, lead covered, and he's doing, man, this is brutal. Mass layoffs continues. Yeah, mass layoffs, and the investigation of podcasters here in the Philippines. Because the former president, the father of our vice president, has threatened 15 senators that that he will have them killed. Yeah, worldwide mass layoffs is sickening. I think personally, before uh, the changes we're seeing right now is a product of is a product of change. That that what's happened. That what happens when uh, you do some drastic changes. Purple shirt still. I feel she doesn't have extra shirts of a different color. This year might be the year of global financial collapse. Actually, isn't BRICS planning to change the the monetary system from dollars to something else? They have discussed that, uh, and they're also discussing primitive barter system sometimes during the pandemic outbreak. Somehow you don't need a Jimmy Olsen to except for this kind of roles, like when Jimmy died in BVS. Jimmy was killed by the KG Beast, and I don't know, man. So harvesting Superman clones, bricks token backed by gold, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency. I think Gunny Poo has let it out that the crypto he's been saying is not with a K but with a C. Hence, money laundering. Money laundering. Timestamp 58 minutes 19 seconds. The US has been taking gold by the billions. Ponzi scheme. Ponzi schemes. Huh. And it seems that Elon Musk, under the directive of Donald Trump, wants to see what's inside Fort Knox. Imagine, just imagine, if the world's financial system collapsed. Man, that's doomsday for a lot of people. Armageddon. They won't wait for 2035 for the asteroid to hit Earth. Society will collapse before that time. This guy, Adam Baldwin, also appeared in Predator 2 as, as one of those men in black. It seems that Superman, the clone one, is using his brains more than Luthor. He just lifted the the room, the red room. uh, and he threw it. He threw the room with Lex Luthor. Man, that's like how Lex Luthor survived this beats me. Sinavok said, "This is the year that the global financial system will collapse and change forever." Ah, yes. The Return of Superman. They made a clone instead of the cyborg Superman. 67% super strength for Superman. He's wearing a mullet and black costume. Trump wants Ukraine to be a US colony. What's in Ukraine? That is the question. Why is what's his face over protecting Ukraine? It's like what's in Gaza that they want to pulverize the entire uh, sector. The comic book fans were surprised that when an actual Superman appears, he will be feared, not praised. That's a Man of Steel, just like the early Stanley's Incredible Hulk. Yep, forbidden ancient history from Iraq to Gaza to Indonesia. It's a global thing. The body count of this Superman clone this Bizarro is too many to count. Yep, global forbidden knowledge, forbidden history. And timestamp 1 hour 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Enter Superman in Black. Now, if Henry Cavill was revived wearing uh, long hair, that could have been really dope. The Rocker, bad Superman, and badder Superman because he's Superman in black. Man, a kryptonite gun? Whoa, man, he's sweating. The real Superman is sweating. Well, at 67%, he should. And Lois is still awestruck. Don't be such a girl. What? Don't be such a pussy, Jimmy. I remember this issue of the Squadron Supreme miniseries back in the 80s, where the Squadron's Hyperion went versus that other Hyperion from the Squadron Sinister. And yeah, Superman versus Superman feels like that. Will Lois, will Lois find the kryptonite gun? Of course, this fight has the real Superman in a weaker state. That gives the advantage to the clone Superman. Another thing that reminds me of this was Superman versus Nuclear Man. Yeah, And I will be back. Someone's at the gate. False alarm. Sorry about that. The title for John Byrne's Man of Steel issue uh, reintroducing Bizarro was The Mirror Cracked way back in 1986. Now, Lois just blasted the Superman clone with the kryptonite gun. And that is the clone's undoing, the fake Superman. Freaking angry clone Superman. And, well, that's kryptonite powder. Krypton gas is a real thing. I love science. And somehow the clone inhaled enough kryptonite gas to to get killed, to die. Timestamp is 1 hour, 12 minutes, 27 seconds. And yes, Superman kissed Lois. Lois. And the fight is over. And yes, Superman's back. Superman returns. Yeah, and Clark Kent revealed himself again and again and again as Superman to Lois. This also happened in All Star Superman. This also happened in the New 52 universe. the death of Superman there. And amazingly and miraculously, Lex Luthor is alive. Man, it would seem. And starring the voices of Adam Baldwin as Superman, Anne Heche as Lois Lane, James Marsters as Lex Luthor, John DiMaggio as Toyman, Tom Kenny as the Robot, Susie Kurtz as Martha Kent, Cree Summer, Mercy Graves, Ray Wise as Perry White, Adam Wiley, Jimmy Olsen, Chris Cox, Damon Swank, Hetty Lynn Hurtle, newscaster James Arnold Taylor, Officer Tucker, Townsend Coleman, drill operator, Kimberly Brooks as Murphy, Kevin Smith as a grumpy man. So, Doomsday was created by Doomsday was created by Don Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern, Louis Simonson, and Brett Breeding. So, every Superman iteration, yeah, especially the most overt of them all when Brian Michael Bendis wrote that to expose Superman's secret identity. Then, when they got rid of the writer, he's back to having his secret identity on. Yes. And Sin Havoc rates 9 out of 10. That's nice. I rated as 8.5 for Superman Doomsday. Nice. It was an enjoyable movie for me, and I hope people enjoyed this watch along as well. So, like, subscribe, and share this video. And yes, sell is the way. I'm out of here. And yeah, so long. Where is it? Here's it.
Everybody just calm down, the bishop wrote this, let's go. Hey yo, I hear everybody talking about how the Snyderverse is not coming back, I beg to differ. Hey yo, this is just a little song of encouragement for all my people in the hashtag Cell movement. Are you ready? It's coming, told ya. It's coming, told ya. It's coming, once again. We have waited for far too long. That's the reason for this song. The Snyderverse is coming back, and we see the bayers and the haters talking smack. These people never stop the attacks, oh no. But do you want it? Do you really, really want it? Do you want that Snyderverse? We really want it, cause we really, really love it. We gon' get that Snyderverse. Yes, we really want it. The Snyderverse is coming back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Once again. All the hashtags are on fire. We're doing everything we can. We doing all this for Zack Snyder. We got a total winning plan. Yes, we want it. We really, really want. We need more of that Snyderverse, so we're on it. Yeah, we're really, really on it. We need the Snyderverse. Oh yeah. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Once again. Yo. Shout out to the Cool Table, the Syndicate Network and colleagues, and last but not least, the Executive Branch. Repeat after me. My gift forever. My gift forever. My gift forever. My gift forever. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Told ya. It's coming. Once again. Hashtag Snyderverse. Told ya. Told ya. It's coming once again. Hashtag Snyderverse.